Hello, future travelers. Welcome to episode 20. I am Anna.
And I am Lukas. Today we look at the stars and ask, what might be out there?
Wow, that is such a big question to start with.
It is, isn't it?
What might be out there? It kind of stops you. Usually we start these deep dives and we're rushing. There's breaking news, a stack of data to get through.
The world is chaotic and we're trying to make sense of it, but today feels different.
It does feel different.
Yeah.
The sources we have today aren't about the hard ground under our feet.
Exactly. They're about the mist on the horizon, the future. And the future isn't a fact yet. It's just a whole collection of possibilities, open doors.
So we need to shift gears. We need to slow down.
We do. The atmosphere for this needs to be peaceful, slower.
And mysterious, I think. That's the right word. We have a really fascinating roadmap ahead. We're going from the very technical, the devices in our pockets,
all the way to grand philosophical ideas about space travel.
And there's even a story about a robot that I think is, it's surprisingly touching.
It's a journey from the micro to the macro. We'll start with technology, then zoom way out to the universe itself, and then we'll even look at the language we use for all this. For uncertainty.
Which is a tool we don't really talk about enough.
Not at all.
So, for everyone listening, wherever you are, maybe just for this next hour, stop looking at your watch. Stop thinking about the emails. Let's just float.
I agree. And to understand where we're going, we have to start with where we are, right now.
With what we're holding in our hands.
Let's begin with the digital landscape. Our sources ground us in the tech that already defines our present and will almost certainly shape our future.
And the first term on the list is probably the most common object in modern life, the smartphone.
The smartphone. It's such a normal word now, isn't it? We just say it. Where's my phone?
Right.
But if you actually stop and think about what it means, it isn't just a phone, it's a portal.
It really is. The source material highlights this whole vocabulary to get us thinking. Smartphone, internet, app, battery, screen.
These aren't just things. They're the architecture of our lives now.
Let's take screen for a second. That glowing rectangle we all stare into.
The source makes a really interesting point about how the screen has sort of replaced the window.
How do you mean?
Well, think about 100, 200 years ago. If you wanted to know if it was raining, what did you do?
You'd walk to the window. You'd look outside.
You would engage with the physical world. And now?
Now, you pick up your phone. You look at the little weather app icon.
Exactly. You trust the digital picture of the rain more than the actual sound of it on the glass.
That is a huge shift, a really profound one. We're mediating our reality through this little piece of glass.
And then there's the app. Short for application, obviously. But really, an app is like a specific tool on a digital Swiss Army knife.
That's a great way to put it. A tool for a specific desire.
Precisely. You want to talk to a friend? There's an app for that. You want food? There's an app. You're looking for love? There's an app for that, too.
It turns these really complex human needs into little clickable icons, into buttons.
It makes everything feel so instant, so accessible.
But there's a downside to that.
Yeah.
The one word in that list that gives me a physical reaction, a little spike of adrenaline, is battery.
Oh, the battery, the anxiety of seeing that red bar.
It's a real fear. It sounds ridiculous, but it is absolutely real.
I don't think it is ridiculous. I think it speaks to how connected we are to these devices, which, brings us to the main discussion point here.
Our dependency on it all.
Yes. The source asks this really simple but kind of haunting question. Can you live without your phone for one day?
One whole day. 24 hours, no messages, no maps.
No checking anything. That's the question.
My first reaction is,
yeah,
honestly, it's panic. Like a genuine physical sense of panic at the thought.
Well, the source gives an answer that I think we both agreed on before we started. No way.
No way. It feels impossible. And that in itself is a bit scary, don't you think?
It is. It's not I'd rather not. It's I cannot.
So why is that? Why do we feel like we actually cannot do it?
Because, as we were saying, they're not just tools anymore. They have become extensions of ourselves.
Extensions of our minds.
Exactly. Philosophers call it the extended mind. We're not just using a device. We're offloading parts of our brain to it. Our memories are in our photos. Our sense of direction is in our Maps app.
Our social lives are in our contacts.
To put the phone away it's like performing a small lobotomy on yourself. You're cutting off a part of your own mind.
That is a dramatic way to say it, but it feels true. If I leave my house without my phone, I don't just feel disconnected. I feel vulnerable, almost naked, like a part of me is missing.
And that all connects back to the internet. If the phone is the limb, the internet is the collective nervous system. To unplug is to sever that nerve.
You're cutting yourself off from the hive mind.
Mm.
So if the smartphone is the extension of the self, let's take the next logical step that our sources outline. This is where the tool stops being passive and starts thinking for itself.
This is the real turning point. We're talking about robotics and AI.
Vocabulary here is robot and artificial intelligence. Let's start with robot.
Okay.
When I hear that word, I still get that sort of old-fashioned retro image in my head. A metal man. Clunky.
The Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz?
Exactly. But the source asks us to think about the future of labor, specifically at home.
Right. And the question it poses is, will robots do our homework in the future?
I love that phrasing. It sounds so innocent, like a question a child would ask. But the implications are, they're huge.
Well, if we define homework as all the drudgery of adult life, cleaning the house, doing the laundry, analyzing data for work.
And the answer is probably yes, right? We're already seeing the beginnings of it.
I think so. Imagine coming home from work and a robot has already made dinner, the house is clean, all that homework is just gone.
It sounds like a utopia, pure freedom.
It does. But it leads us straight into the AI debate. Our sources lay out two very different perspectives on this, the optimistic one and the suspicious one.
And I think I fall firmly into the optimistic camp. The source describes the argument that AI is helpful. I see all the potential for good.
For aid and advancement.
Yes. Think about what it can do for medicine. Analyzing medical scans faster and more accurately than any human. Predicting weather patterns to prevent famine. It's a helper, a partner.
That is the sunny, hopeful perspective, and I see it. I really do. But I have to represent the other side from the source, the skepticism, the question, is it scary?
What's scary about a helper?
Well, remember that dependency we just talked about with our phones? Multiply that by 1,000. If an AI is doing our thinking for us and robots are doing our labor, what is left for us to do? Do our skills just atrophy? Do we forget how to do things for ourselves?
And I suppose there's the control issue.
There's the control issue. An algorithm you can't understand is a type of power you can't challenge. It's a black box making decisions about your life.
You're always looking at the shadows.
I prefer to call it being cautious. The source asks us to weigh these two things. Is it helpful? Is it scary? And the real answer is probably.
Both?
It's probably both.
That feels right. It's like fire. It can cook your food or it can burn down your house. It all depends on how we choose to use it.
Precisely. And speaking of vast, beautiful, and potentially dangerous things, let's move from the world of silicon chips to the stars.
Yes. I'm ready. Segment 2. Space travel. The universe.
This really changes the scale of the conversation, doesn't it? We're zooming out, way
The
out.
vocabulary alone is just, it's grand. Planet. Moon, astronaut, rocket.
Even just saying the words makes you slow down. A star. It's not just a point of light. It's a nuclear furnace millions of miles away. An astronaut.
The explorer of the void.
And the source material focuses our attention on one place in particular. Our next-door neighbor, Mars.
The red planet.
The description it gives is so simple, but so evocative. It is very cold and red. It paints a stark picture.
Yeah.
We have this romantic idea of colonizing Mars, cities under glass domes, science fiction stuff.
Right.
But the source reminds us of the reality. It's a desolate, frozen desert. The red dust gets into absolutely everything.
So that brings us to the discussion point. Would you want to live there?
To live on Mars permanently.
Yep. Pack it all up, get on the rocket, say goodbye to Earth, and go to the cold, red place.
That is a tough question. The adventurous scientific part of me screams yes. To be one of the first to see a blue sunset.
Wait, a blue sunset?
The sunsets on Mars are blue. It's because of how the fine dust in the atmosphere scatters the light.
I had no idea. Wow.
So to see that, to stand on a different world, that's the ultimate human drive, isn't it? To see what's over the next hill, even if that hill is on another planet.
But what about the living part of it?
And that's the catch. You could never just go for a walk, never feel the wind on your skin. You'd be living your whole life inside a bubble. It's a very high price to pay for that adventure. What about you?
I think I like trees too much. And oceans. The source says very cold and red, and I think I'm more of a warm and green and blue person.
A sensible choice.
I would visit, for sure.
Yeah.
For the blue sunset. But to live there, no. I like my oxygen free and readily available.
Fair enough. But when we look up at Mars, or at any star really, we inevitably ask the next question from our source material.
The big one.
The big one, the alien encounter.
Aliens. Do they exist?
I mean, the universe is so vast, it's basically infinite. The idea that we're the only ones here seems, statistically, it seems very unlikely.
The source has a fun little speculation. It says, maybe they are listening to this podcast.
It's not impossible. Our radio waves they travel outwards forever. 1,000 years from now, some being orbiting another star might pick this up.
Well, hello to anyone listening near Betelgeuse. Hope the deep dive is going well.
But if they did come here, if a ship landed today, what would that be like? The source actually has a mandatory scenario for us to act out.
Oh, this is the part I was looking forward to. The source says you have to role play as the alien visitor.
I see. Okay. Let me get into character. Clear's throat. The ship is landing. The air is still.
I'm standing in a field. I see the hatch opening. What do you do, alien?
Beep boop. Beep boop.
Oh my. It's making a sound. It speaks.
Take me to your leader.
Take me to your leader, of course. The classic line. And I have to say, the beep boop was very convincing.
Thank you. I practiced my binary dialect. But notice, even in that playful scenario, what's the first thing the alien does? It tries to communicate.
That's true. It asks a question.
Take me to your leader. It wants to understand the power structure. It wants to talk.
Or figure out who to conquer first. But yes, let's stick with the peaceful theme.
Let's stick with peaceful. But this whole idea that we don't know for sure if they exist, that they might exist, they could be listening, that's the perfect transition to our next segment.
It is. We're moving from the what of the future to the how we talk about it. Segment 3. Grammar-focused possibility.
This is where we break down the language we use to talk about the unknown. The source calls it the scale of certainty.
I love this idea. We have different words for how sure we are about something.
Let's start at the very top. 100% certainty, no doubt at all. We use words like will and is.
For example, it is a cat. Or it will rain.
It is a cat. You see it. It's purring. It has whiskers. It's a fact. It will rain. The water is literally falling from the sky. It's happening. Certain.
But most of the future isn't like that. Which is why we need the middle of the scale. The focus of this segment, 50% certainty.
This is the home of might and could.
It might be a cat. It could rain.
Can you feel the difference in the words? It might be a cat. You're looking at a shadow in the garden. Maybe it's a cat. Maybe it's a raccoon. You're admitting you don't know for sure.
You're open to other possibilities.
Exactly. And then at the very bottom of the scale, you have 0% certainty, or I guess absolute negative certainty. The word is cannot.
Cannot be a cat.
Right. It has wings and is breathing fire. Logic tells us it is not a cat.
Okay, so to really make this stick, the source has a mandatory repetition drill for us.
Drill.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to repeat each example exactly 3 times. It helps the pattern sink in. It's almost like a meditation on uncertainty.
I like that. A meditation. Okay, let's do it. We'll set the scene, and then we'll say the phrase. And for you listening, feel free to say it along with us out loud or just in your head.
Ready. Situation 1. The context is, we're looking outside at the clouds. They're dark gray, but not quite storm black. We're not sure.
The phrase is, it might rain.
It might rain.
It might rain.
It might rain.
Good. You can feel that uncertainty just hanging in the air when you repeat it. We're just observing and wondering.
Okay. Situation 2. Context. A phone is ringing, but we can't see the screen. We don't know who it is. We're guessing.
The phrase is, it could be mom.
It could be mom.
It could be mom.
It could be mom.
Excellent.
The possibility is wide open. It could be her. It could also be a sales call. But could keeps that possibility alive. All right, last one. Situation 3. The context. I can't find my keys. They're not in my pocket. I'm trying to remember where I left them.
The phrase is, it might be in the car.
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 That is the language of hopeful deduction. It might be there. We haven't confirmed it yet. The future is unwritten.
That drill actually felt surprisingly calming. It's okay not to know for sure. It's okay to just say, might.
It's the most honest and scientific way to be. Admitting what you don't know is the first step toward discovery.
And now that we have our grammar tools, our mights and coulds, I think we're ready for our story.
Segment 4. Storytime.
This story is called The Lonely Robot.
And our instructions here are clear. We need to slow down even more. This isn't a data point. It's a fable, an emotional journey.
We're preparing you, the listener, for something a bit different. This robot, B-52, he's more than just a machine.
And we have to use a specific voice when we quote him.
Are you ready to take us to the year 3000?
I am. Let's go. The setting is a factory. The year is 3000.
Imagine the sounds.
Clink, clink, clink. The air smells like hot metal and oil. Our protagonist is a robot named B-52. He makes cars, but he is sad.
How can a robot be sad? I thought they weren't programmed for emotions like that.
This one was different. He didn't want to do what he was built for. In his own words, monotone I do not want to make cars.
So what did he want to do?
Normal voice? He wanted to be a gardener.
A gardener in a concrete and steel factory.
That was his conflict. He would look at his big metal hands designed for welding heavy parts, and he would just wish they could hold soil and seeds.
And then one day, he found something.
He did. The discovery. In a tiny crack in the concrete floor, he found a flower. It was small and weak and thirsty.
What did he do?
He took action. He started giving it water, just a few drops at a time that he would sneak over. He would stand in front of it to protect it from the big, heavy machines that rolled through the factory. He became its guardian.
But the other robots must have noticed.
They did, and that leads to the climax of the story. The other robots saw what he was doing. They didn't understand it. They made a sound that was like a mechanical laugh.
And what did they say to him?
They said, "Monotone, you are broken. B-52.
Oh, that's heartbreaking to be told you're broken for caring about something.
It is, but the resolution, this is where the story finds its beauty. B-52 looked down at the flower, which was now blooming because of his care, and he felt happy. And he had a realization.
What did he realize?
Monotone even, a robot, can have a heart.
Wow, even a robot can have a heart.
It's such a powerful image, isn't it? The cold, hard machine and the delicate, living flower. It suggests that even in a future filled with technology, the most important things, they might still be life and growth and caring for something.
That transitions us perfectly. We've gone from a robot's dream of a garden to our own dreams of what the future might look like. Segment 5, the future predictions.
Yeah. So let's talk about the transportation of tomorrow. The source brings up the one we've all been waiting for. Flying cars.
The classic. We've been promised flying cars for, what, 50 years?
At least. And the pros are obvious. The source says it perfectly.
Right.
Imagine no traffic jams. You just lift up and fly over all the gridlock.
Sounds amazing. But what are the cons?
The danger of crashes in the sky. I mean, gravity is not very forgiving if your engine cuts out when you're 2,000 feet up.
Right. That's a much bigger problem than just getting a flat tire on the highway.
A much bigger problem.
Okay, so maybe I'll stick to the ground. But what if we could bend the rules of physics even more? Bending space and time.
The source mentions teleportation. No travel at all. You just dematerialize here and rematerialize there.
Oh, and then the ultimate dream. Time travel.
So if you had a time machine, where would you go? The source gives two main options. The past or the future.
The past option suggests visiting the dinosaurs.
To see a real T-Rex, imagine the majesty, and also the terror. You'd probably spend a lot of time running.
And the other option? The future.
The source just says, seeing what comes next, and I have to admit, that's where I would go. Yeah. I want to know if B-52 gets his garden. I want to see which of our mights and coulds actually come true.
I think I'm with you on that. And speaking of testing possibilities, it's time for our finale.
Segment 6. The mystery box game.
This is our interactive ending. The whole point is deduction and probability. We're going to use the grammar we practiced, the mights and coulds, to solve a puzzle.
I am ready. My logic circuits are engaged.
Okay. Round 1, the easy round. I'm putting an object in this imaginary box. You can't see it. Clue number 1. It is round and red.
Okay, round and red. I'll use the grammar. It might be a ball.
A good first guess. Clue number 2. It grows on a tree.
Okay. Balls don't grow on trees, so my first guess is wrong. It cannot be a ball. Round red grows on a tree. It could be an apple.
Getting warmer. And clue number 3, you can eat it.
That confirms it. I'm moving from possibility to certainty. It must be an apple.
It is an apple, correct. Okay, you're warmed up. Now for round 2, the hard round. New object in the box.
Ready?
Clue number 1, it has 4 legs.
4 legs. Okay, my brain immediately goes to the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
It might be a dog.
Interesting. Okay. Clue number 2, it is made of wood.
Oh, well, that changes things. If it's made of wood, it cannot be a dog, unless it's a Trojan dog, I suppose. So 4 legs made of wood, it might be a table.
That's a logical deduction. And your final clue, clue number 3, you sit on it.
Okay. You don't usually sit on a table. Some people do, but it's not its main purpose. 4 legs made of wood, and you sit on it.
So
as a chair.
It is a chair. You got it. See how that works. You start with a might, then you get new information to move to a cannot, and finally you arrive at is.
It's a perfect way to end this. We started with the vast unknown and used logic to find a concrete answer.
And with that, we're at our outro. We have been on quite a journey today.
We really have. We went from the smartphone in our hand to the ethics of AI, from the cold, red plains of Mars to wondering about aliens listening in.
We practiced the grammar of possibility, we felt for a lonely robot named B-52, and we solved the logic of the mystery box.
And I think that's the final thought to leave everyone with. The future itself is a mystery box. We don't know what's inside. It is completely full of mights and coulds.
Just like B-52 found a heart in an unexpected place, and just like the box held a surprise, the future is still unwritten. It's waiting for us.
So keep asking questions and keep looking up at the stars.
Goodbye, future travelers.
Bye.